Hi everyone, welcome to Camp for Happiness. I'm really glad to see you all tuning in again. I'm Patrick. Today we'll discuss the VW California T6.1's heater. And today's video is packed with know-how and info. I'm tackling the question, how do I correctly and efficiently operate the auxiliary heater in this vehicle? Because issues seem to keep cropping up here. If operated incorrectly, it can happen that the auxiliary heater gets locked, or even that the camper unit crashes. What you can or must do about it and how you can avoid all of this beforehand, you'll find out in this video, so definitely stay tuned. First of all, what kinds of auxiliary heaters are actually available to us here in California? And in the VW configurator, you have the choice between an air auxiliary heater, a water auxiliary heater, or simply both. As for the water auxiliary heater, it essentially warms up your Bulli in the front area, so in the driver's cabin. The heater is specifically designed for the cold season, for example, to pre-warm your vehicle thoroughly and efficiently before departure. And then you just hop into the warm van and take off. Now let's talk about the auxiliary heater. It effectively warms up the interior or living space inside and is specifically designed for continuous long-term operation. So, to keep the van warm while camping and maintain that temperature consistently over an extended period of time. Put simply, a water-based heating system is perfect for warming up the vehicle before you start driving, while an air-based heating system works best for long-term use during camping trips. I decided on a purely air heater, and that's exactly what we're focusing on now. The operation, whether it's for water or air, is entirely controlled up here through the camper unit or by utilizing the wireless remote control. It looks like this, provided you've ordered it along with it. But the wireless remote control, we'll leave that aside for now. This here is the outlet for the air heater, which is positioned directly behind the passenger seat. That means this is where the warm air will flow out from the system. So you should ensure that this particular area here remains unobstructed, allowing the air to flow freely. In the camper unit, you'll first access the auxiliary heater, then you can adjust the operating mode, check the settings, and below, you'll also find the immediate heating option. And in the settings, you can adjust the duration specifically for the immediate heating feature. So keep in mind, this setting only applies to the instant heating. I'll now set it to 120 minutes of operating time, which is the maximum, and then I'll click on immediate heating here at the bottom. First of all, ensure that up here in the operating mode, it's actually set to air heating, as this step is crucial for the process. First, you go into the settings here, then you click 3 times on the arrow at the bottom right until operating duration appears. Then go to change. Simply adjust the operating duration and then navigate back by using the arrow at the top. Now select immediate heating and adjust the level as well. So now the heating process begins. You can already hear the gentle humming. Yes, you should be able to hear it on the video. And now, pay close attention. The immediate heating function can actually be activated several times consecutively. So for example, you choose 120 minutes, but then you want to keep heating and choose another 120 minutes. Here's the problem. After a total of 180 minutes, right, you've got an issue, because the heater locks and stops heating. How can you unlock it again? And this is no joke, you have to start the van and drive away. And definitely at over 6 kilometers per hour. Only then does the heater unlock. And what does that tell us now? So definitely not suitable for camping. Imagine this, you've got everything set up, the seats are turned around, the roof is fully extended, and you might even have an awning attached outside. And then this thing here wants you to drive off just to keep the heating going. Why is that the case? The immediate heating function is exclusively designed for preheating the Bulli before you start your journey. So just like the water heater I mentioned earlier on, it's specifically designed to provide some basic warmth in the Bulli before you set off. So for example, during the cold season, that's something you need to know and is programmed that way for safety reasons. For example, because of exhaust emissions in the garage. That's why you should use the immediate heating function. Not while camping, but only to preheat the Bulli before departure. And now, here comes the kicker.
But now you've made the mistake and heated immediately for over 180 minutes.
Then the heater locks, and now you select immediate heating or continuous heating again, doesn't matter, just a heating cycle. What can happen? And now, seriously, this can actually result in a complete system crash of the entire camper unit. More on that later, how you can fix it. That's why for camping or for using it properly, for the continuous heating of the living space, only the function here, continuous heating, is designed. There are no time restrictions and nothing gets locked, blocked, or limited in any way. This is truly continuous operation. So you definitely choose continuous heating here. Then there's cancel and activate. The touch function is still active here, so you can simply tap on activate to move forward. But this is also a bit of a peculiarity here, because yes, nothing is definitely activating. To activate it or to cancel it again, you have to use this little nub here. I'll activate it now. Then the LED here will turn on, and after that, you can adjust the level accordingly. I'm now selecting level 5. Okay, now it will take a moment and then it will start. Now it will heat continuously at this level. If you no longer require the heating, you'll have to manually switch it back to continuous heating mode here and then press the button to deactivate it completely. Now you can see it here as well. The orange LED has turned off again, so the heating process is definitely complete and finished now. If you've made the mistake and the heater is locked, as I mentioned, the only solution is to drive off and unlock it that way. It's not so great on the campsite, especially if you've set up quite extensively, perhaps even with an awning attached to it. But well, you'll just have to push through. The absolute worst case scenario, though, is if you've completely killed the entire camper unit. That can happen and then you won't be able to operate anything there, so a complete system crash. Then there's only one option left. Shut down all systems, turn off everything here in the van, and lock the vehicle for 60 minutes. After that, you'll all remove 4 fuses at the exact same moment and then quickly plug them back into their slots. But the fuse, I'll show you now. On the front driver's side, below the light switch, you have this cover here. You remove that now, and I'll zoom in closer. According to VW documentation, you need to look for fuses SC5, SC6, SC7, and SC8 here, which are all next to each other. That's here all the way to the left on the side. Above it, you'll notice 2 green fuses, each of them clearly marked with a 30. And now we're focusing on the 4 fuses located below, so this one, period. This one, and this one right here. They're all beige in color. So these 4 fuses all need to be removed at the same time and then reinserted afterward, and that should resolve the system crash of the camper unit. Next week on Friday, so in the upcoming video, I'll go into detail about the temperature settings of the auxiliary heater and the ventilation feature, which you can also activate right here in the camper unit. Additionally, I'll also go into the wireless remote control here. That will also be a purely technical and know-how focused video, so it's definitely going to be worth checking out. Tune back in, or better yet, subscribe to the channel right away and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. If you still have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comments below. And now I'm curious to know if the video was helpful for you, and if anyone here has ever dealt with a locked parking heater before, let me know your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Or maybe even the issue with the crashed camper unit, so feel free to share your experiences with me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, feel free to catch up and join us right away today. Simply click on the red subscribe button below and the bell icon right next to it to stay updated. It's completely free, and this way you'll never miss out on any of our future videos here at Camp for Happiness. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Yours, Patrick. Ciao, ciao.